In this Picmonic, we will be describing strength assessment with a story of the strongman competition. The first step is to assess the patient's appearance for abnormalities, shown here by the assessman assessing for appearance for abnormalities. This includes observing the patient's stance and taking note of any abnormal curvature of the spine, like lordosis, kyphosis, or scoliosis. Observe the patient walking away from you, turning and walking back toward you, watching their gait and balance. The next step is to observe the range of motion, ROM, of the upper and lower extremities, shown as ROM of upper and lower extremities. Take note if there are any limitations in active range of motion, ROM, or pain with movement. Now we move on to assessing motor power, starting with hand grips, shown as the hand grip. Then move on to assess dorsiflexion and plantar flexion, represented as the dorsal fin flexing foot and plants flexing foot down. Following that, an assessment will be done of the hip and knee flexion against resistance, shown literally as the hip and knee flexion against resistance. With these tests, the manual muscle test MMT grading system is used, represented by the muscle test. A practitioner applying pressure and feeling patient resistance in a muscle group with full ROM indicates at least 75% or good muscular strength according to the MMT. When a patient cannot resist a practitioner's application of pressure, this is approximately 50% or less, fair, poor, trace, and 0 on the MMT. In summary, for the strength assessment, the first step is to assess the patient's appearance for abnormalities. The next step is to observe the range of motion, ROM, of the upper and lower extremities. Then move on to assessing motor power, starting with hand grips, then assessing dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Following that, an assessment will be done of the hip and knee flexion against resistance. With these tests, the manual muscle test MMT grading system is used.
Welcome to the Ultimate Strongman Competition. I'm Assessman, and I'll be assessing the strength of these contestants to their gluteus maximus. First up is the appearance test. Gotta make sure these strong competitors are abnormally strong. Now let's see how you move. This exercise assesses their range of motion. I guess you can call me the motion sensor. Ha-ha! Now the next test is pretty terrifying. They have to squeeze these hand grips. I know what you're thinking. Get a grip. That's not that scary. Well, what if I told you that they're holding on for dear life? Because if they let go, they'll fall in a shark-infested pool.
For the rest of the story, check out Picmonic.com and sign up for a free account. There, you can also take Picmonic's quiz. The quiz automatically sets up your daily quiz by using spaced repetition algorithms based on the questions you've missed or struggled with to make sure you study what you need when you need to. And while you're there, check out the rest of our head-to-toe assessments Picmonics. We've got all the content you'll need to remember. Everything from cognitive abilities assessment, cerebellar assessment, skull, scalp, and hair assessment, head, face, and neck assessment, eye assessment, and so much more, so you can lock down on everything you need to know forever. Play, quiz, and spaced repetition. Efficient, effective, and research proven to increase exam scores.